Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, the channel where we bring you closer to the most iconic vehicles of the past and present. Today we are diving deep into one of the most legendary names in American automotive history, a car that defined an era of style, class, and innovation, the 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air. This model wasn't just another car from the late 50s, it was a statement, a symbol of what American car culture was all about during one of the most glamorous decades in automotive design. So sit back and let's take a ride into the story, the beauty, and the engineering behind the 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air. When you first lay eyes on the 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air, it's easy to see why this car captured so much attention. Unlike its predecessors, the 1958 Bel Air carried a brand new design that reflected the changing tastes of the era. The 50s were all about chrome, curves, and presence, and this car delivered on every front. With its longer, lower, and wider stance, the Bel Air gave off a sense of elegance and dominance. The first thing that grabs your attention is that massive chrome grille stretching across the front, framed by quad headlights, which at the time were still a fairly new styling trend. Those headlights gave the Bel Air an upscale, confident face, setting it apart from other vehicles on the road. Moving along the sides, the 1958 Bel Air showcased sweeping body lines with tasteful chrome trim, highlighting its elongated silhouette. Chevrolet understood that cars in this era weren't just machines, they were expressions of lifestyle, and the Bel Air embodied that perfectly. The rear end was especially dramatic, with its broad tail fins toned down compared to the earlier mid-50s look, but still present enough to show the flair of the time. The signature dual-round taillights framed in chrome became an instantly recognizable feature, and they would go on to define Chevrolet styling for many years after. Step inside the Bel Air, and the sense of style continues. The interior was designed to match the bold exterior with equal amounts of luxury and flair. You were greeted by a wide dashboard with plenty of chrome accents, a large steering wheel, and bright, colorful upholstery choices that gave every Bel Air a personality of its own. The 1958 model year emphasized comfort and convenience, with roomy seating and a ride quality that made long drives feel effortless. Families and professionals alike could see themselves behind the wheel of a Bel Air, whether cruising down Route 66 or pulling up to a Friday night diner. Under the hood, Chevrolet gave customers plenty of options to fit their needs and budgets. The 1958 Bel Air came standard with the 235 cubic inch inline six-cylinder engine, delivering reliable performance. But for those who wanted more power, Chevrolet offered an impressive lineup of V8 engines, including the legendary 283 small block and the new 348 cubic inch big block V8. The 348 was a groundbreaking move for Chevrolet, as it was the first big block engine offered by the brand, pushing the Bel Air into a new league of performance. With horsepower ratings ranging up to 315 when equipped with triple two-barrel carburetors, the Bel Air was more than just a pretty face, it was a serious performer for its time. Driving the Bel Air was a smooth experience thanks to its coil spring suspension system, which replaced the old leaf spring design in the front. This gave the car a softer ride, ideal for the American highways that were quickly expanding in the late 50s. Paired with options like the 2-speed PowerGlide automatic transmission or the more advanced TurboGlide, the Bel Air offered flexibility for different kinds of drivers. For enthusiasts who preferred control, a manual transmission was still available, keeping the car versatile for a wide audience. The 1958 Bel Air also reflected the cultural and economic shifts of its time. Coming at the tail end of the glamorous 50s, it marked a transition into the 60s, where cars were becoming bigger, more powerful, and more luxurious. Chevrolet marketed the Bel Air as the perfect balance between affordability and sophistication. It wasn't as expensive as some luxury competitors, but it still gave drivers the sense that they were part of something stylish and upscale. It was a car for the everyday American who wanted to enjoy the finer things in life without breaking the bank. Collectors today view the 1958 Bel Air as a unique model because it was a one-year-only design. That means its styling was exclusive to 1958, making it stand out even more in the long lineage of Bel Airs. While some earlier and later models may be more famous, the 1958 has developed a loyal following among classic car enthusiasts who appreciate its bold design and historical importance. Restored examples often draw big crowds at car shows, with their gleaming chrome, pastel paint colors, and rumbling V8 engines transporting people back to a golden era of American motoring. Another reason the 1958 Bel Air remains so beloved is because of its connection to American nostalgia. It represents an era of drive-in theaters, jukeboxes, and the birth of rock and roll. It was a car you could imagine Elvis Presley cruising in, or a young couple heading out on a first date. It wasn't just a mode of transportation, it was part of the culture, woven into the memories of millions of Americans who lived during that time. That cultural connection has ensured its place in history far beyond just being another classic car. Even today, when you see a restored Bel Air out on the road, it turns heads. The metallic paints glisten under the sunlight, the chrome sparkles, and the engine growls with a deep, confident tone that modern cars rarely achieve. Owning one is like owning a piece of history, a rolling piece of art that reminds us of a time when design was bold, and cars had soul. Here at USA Car Reviews, we celebrate cars like the 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air not just for their technical specifications, but for the stories they tell and the emotions they evoke. This car was more than just a machine, it was a dream on wheels, and even decades later, it continues to inspire admiration. Whether you're a lifelong classic car enthusiast or someone just beginning to explore the history of American automobiles, the Bel Air is a perfect example of why these cars remain timeless treasures. So if you ever get the chance to see a 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air up close, take your time to appreciate every detail, from the sweeping lines to the rumble of its engine. It's a car that defined its era, but also continues to stand the test of time. This is why the Bel Air is remembered as not just another Chevrolet, but as an icon of American automotive excellence. Thanks for watching USA Car Reviews. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow classic car lovers. We'll be back soon with more stories, more reviews, and more passion for the cars that shaped our world. Until then, keep your engines running and your hearts tied to the road.